right, players, welcome to the Westside Fantasy Premier Update Show. This is Week 5 coming up. We're almost to the halfway point. We play 13, regular season is the first 13 weeks of the NFL season, so you do the math, Week 5. So just a heads up, if you're going to make a run, now's the time to do it, and now's the time to start conspiring against those undefeated teams, and we'll get more to that in a second. Let's go over let's go over the results last week. Ferocious Fennec just cruised past Smell This. Smell This just had a horrible game. If you took Drew Brees out of the equation, I think the rest of my team scored less than 50 points. So just a pathetic performance. But Brees powered me up over 104 to at least give the appearance as being respectable. But Jake walked away with this one, 161 to 104. Ghetto Superstar escaped with the win. Gets off the snide, now moves to 1-3. OG Ollier Rogers now slips to 0-4. But Ghetto Superstar 123 to 115 over the Ollier Rogers. Carlos Danger 2-2, 144 to 128 over to Biz, who also is 0-for. Bastard Sons of Pele by 0.4 of 0.4 of a point. Bastard Son of Pele remains perfect over Bruddah IZ at 1-3, 147.7 to 147.3 in favor of Mr. McCarthy. Auto smacked 122 to 103 winners over Rough the Passer, and the one who knocks 155.8 to 145.9 over the Beatdown. One who knocks remains perfect. Let's take a look at our league pick'em real quick. We had we had good participation. So Rob goes 4-2, Mike 4-2, Drew 3-3, Jake 3-3, Tommy Mac 3-3, Miles at 2-4, Matt Weeble at 1-5, and Jim McCarthy at 2-4. So overall, the leader is overall the leader right now is Jake McCarthy at 737. Followed by Rob Feinstein at 708. So actually, Jake is on a bit of a hot streak here. Has moved into the statistical lead. Rob's got a few more picks than Jake. No, he doesn't. Jake's been playing just a couple more picks than Jake. So Jake's a little bit low in the picks, but still right there from a percentage. And keep in mind, it's the win percentage that gets the dinero. Let's talk about bye weeks. NFL's got 4 of them on bye this week. Minnesota Vikings, Pittsburgh Steelers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then that team out of Washington, the Redskins. Let's look at our lineup for this week. Let's look at the games that matter the most. Here we go. Week 5. And okay, Smell This takes on Ollier Rogers. Ollier Rogers looking for the first win, but is a 3-point favor over Smell This. Kaepernick gets Houston. Eddie Royal against Oakland. Arian Foster against San Francisco. And Matt Forte against New Orleans for Tommy Mack. I get Drew Brees against Chicago. I'm not liking that so much. Julio Jones against New York Giants, New York Jets. To help me out, but again, I need to look for more scoring. I am going to give myself the pick because that's how I roll. In the I don't like how this works. In our next game, it's weird when you go to the the detail, kind of the projected score. You got Week 5 up here, you got Week 4 down here on Yahoo. It's really kind of disconcerting. And then when you go back to Week 4. Golly, people. The new Yahoo. Woohoo! All right, somebody's going to go down this week. One of our 4-0 teams is going to disappear. We got Ferocious Fennec facing the old man, Bastard Sons of Pele. It's 137 to 116 in favor of the old boy. Peyton Manning gets Dallas, Ty Hilton against Seattle, Jordy Nelson against Detroit, Marshawn Lynch against Indiana for Jim. For Jake, Andrew Luck against Seattle, Brandon Marshall against New Orleans, Torrey Smith against Miami, and Adrian Peterson's on bye, so Jake's going to cover up on that. But just because I want to be like that, I'm going to give the pick to the young upstart, Mr. Master Jacob McCarthy is in it to win it. goodness. Why doesn't it just go to week 5 like default? Ghetto Superstar, 115 to 110 underdogs with DeBiz. Some good matchups for Miles. Dalton against New England. Bo against Tennessee. Heartline. Heartline did crap Monday night. For DeBiz, Cam Newton against Arizona. Des Bryant against Denver. DeMarco Murray against Denver. I'm going to give the pick to Matt. In our next game, Carlos Danger versus Ruff the Passer, 2-2-2 teams. It's 130 to 125 in favor of Mike Kwan right now. He's got Michael Vick against the Giants. Giants are horrible this year. Kimbrell Tompkins, great pickup there against Cincinnati. New wide receiver favorite of Tom Brady. LaShawn McCoy against those same Giants. Ruff the Passer, Stafford against Green Bay, Fitzgerald against Carolina, Hakeem Nicks against Philly. I don't think it's enough. I think there's too many people playing against the Giants for Mike to lose this one. I just think he's going to parlay that matchup, even though Philly isn't that much better than those football Giants. Let's take a look at Autosmack versus the One Who Knocks. One Who Knocks 4-0. Also, it's time to start knocking it down, so I'm just going to give the pick to Autosmack right now. But let's just pay attention for a second. Aaron Rodgers against Detroit. Carlston, who's doing squat against Chicago. Eric Decker against Dallas. Ray Rice against Miami for Phil. For Guy, Romo against Denver. Golden Tate against Indy. Randall Cobb, Detroit. C.J. Spiller against Cleveland. We already gave the pick to Guy. Just because we can't be having those undefeated teams no mo. There's 3 of them, by the way. 3 of them have got to go. We're going to lose 1 of them this week, as we already said, and with any amount of luck, we lose 2. And then it's just 1 more to go. Oh, and now the site decides to stop responding. Okay, the Foreman-Hutchinson family feud right now. It's brother-in-law against brother-in-law. It's 127.2 to 126.3 in favor of Mike Hutchinson. John Foreman comes in at 2-2. He's got Matt Ryan against the Jets. He's got Calvin Johnson against Green Bay. He's got A.J. Green against New England. Darren Sproles against Chicago. So tough defense with the exception of that Jets defense. For Mike, Bruddah IZ Tom Brady against Cincinnati. Andre Johnson against San Francisco, Wes Welker against Dallas, and Jamal Charles against Tennessee. I think there's a little bit more favorable matchups for Mike. I'm going to give Mike the win. So there you go. Get your leagues, get your league pick'em set. Games start Thursday night. One more quick run through the byes. It's Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, and Washington. That's it, everybody. So long. See you next week.